CMV. Female athletes aren't paid as much as male athletes because women don't support female teams, franchises, leagues, etc., in the same way that men support male sports. Removed. I sincerely doubt the revenue cares for the genitals of where the money came from. They don't earn as much because they're not as attractive for sponsors. Whom the money the sponsors are after comes from is not irrelevant. For the most part, there are no such things as men's sports. Those competitions are typically open to everyone, but at that elite level it's only men who can compete. People of all genders like to watch the best of the best for entertainment, which is why those competitions get more viewers than the artificially created women's only sports. Removed. Removed. Greater than tell me why this opinion is wrong. Is there anyone who thinks women get paid less for a reason other than less people watch women's sports? I guess I am confused as to who you expect to change your view. It might help to offer examples of what you have seen or read that say otherwise as a frame of reference. Depending on the sport, women's sports could be more entertaining to watch. But overall it is due to lack performance vis-a-vis men. It's simply not as impressive. While I would likely not be able to perform on the level of elite female athletes, when compared to elite male athletes there's a clear schism in quality. It's not about supporting one sex versus another. The question people need to ask themselves is why would people watch women's sports as much as men's, and for the same reason. It's like expecting the lower leagues to be as popular as the higher leagues and calling it unfair if they aren't. I think it's uncomfortably and awkwardly simple. Men hit harder, run faster, and throw farther than women do. If you want to watch a contest of speed and strength, then you get more of both at a men's event. Awkward to say but statistically true. Women's events are fun to watch and can be very entertaining, don't get me wrong, and probably give better entertainment value for the ticket price. The most rabid NFL fans I know are women. I don't think they are uninterested in sports, it's that they are interested in sports for the same reason that male viewers are interested in the cheerleaders. I don't mean to be unkind, but women basketball players are less appealing to both demographics. I'd be interested in seeing a side-by-side comparison of the percentage of women who support higher salaries in professional sports versus the percentage of women actively support women's sports. I'd have to imagine it significant. Someone's been watching Bill Burr clips on YouTube. I think women need to embed sports that tailor to their strengths. When I watch sports I just care about the strongest team because they put on a good show. Not to say women can't, but it's not as interesting emo. Seeing women fight is always fun to watch though. As a woman, I hate watching most female sports. I love FL football. No women playing football. I rather watch men's basketball than women's, more interesting. The female sport I do like watching is gymnastics and I like to watch softball. But I rather go to a baseball game. I find that most female-led sports are kinda boring. The majority of viewers are old males who enjoy fundamental basketball. Women are barely interested in basketball, let alone women's basketball, which in all honesty is like your local high school Mons team. It's just not as entertaining as LeBron or Terrence Ross rising up for a tomahawk dunk. Women's sports aren't as entertaining. This equality movement is silly. Sports are like porn. Men dominate sports, women dominate porn. There's nothing bad about it either. Embracing our differences is normal. They are not paid as much because their inferior physique and skills make them not as entertaining to watch. Male athletes bring their sports to the very limits, thus is much more enjoyable to watch, leading to bigger crowds, making more money, so they get more in return. Is it that hard to understand? The question should be, if the corporation makes a significant profit and could pay them equally, should they'll make a bigger margin on the male athletes for the reasons above, but is the payout ratio equal? If not, then it probably should be. Isn't it normally you get paid commensurate to what you can generate? E.g. League XYZ generates 100 meters of revenue and then that's the basis for payments to players. The gender of the players is irrelevant. Only thing relevant is how much can you generate. This is an interesting comment, as it is a perspective that is rarely taken into account. Do women actually support and pay attention to women's leagues? Do they actually invest time and money in sports? And, if not, how can they expect salary gains in these leagues? No, it's because men are better at most sports because they're bigger, stronger and faster, and thus most people, men and women, find it more entertaining to watch. People want to watch the best. The best athletes make the most money. People want to watch the best humans at a sport. So you'll never have the same support for women's sport cause it will never be as good as men's sports. People just need to get over it. There are other ways to live a happy life other than being a rich athlete. Entertainment gives lots of money, but to get the money someone has to watch the show you give. So you earn depending on that. People not see image women's sport and demanding that they should get more money makes absolutely no sense. And it's just virtue signaling. Don't blame this on simply women not supporting female leagues. Unfortunately, female leagues simply do not pull in enough revenue to support higher salaries. But the lack of revenue is driven by lack of support across the board. Both male and female. I don't know what could solve this. Women in sports, WNBA for example, aren't asking to make the same money as men. They want the same percentage as their male counterparts. They currently aren't getting that. The people complaining about how much women athletes make are usually the people who don't watch sports at all, let alone women's. I agree with the idea that we should do away with gendered sports entirely. Let the whiny people in the WNBA see how good they are against men. I bet the pay complaints stop, because they wouldn't have a job. No, they just want men to do it for them like usual.